We are in full-on merge territory, and the game is getting interesting. A big alliance of 8 has rendered the pre-merge tribes mute. They push 4 players on the outs, but we all know that an alliance of 8 can't last. It's too big, and too many people have their own agenda. This alliance is going to burst sooner or later. The question is when, and by whom. Let's have a look at the top 5 moments of the 8th episode of Survivor 42.
Top 5, Top 5, baby! Top 5, baby!
Whatever remained of the 3 original tribes is slowly but surely disintegrating. Last vote left Romeo, Chanel, Marianne and Tori on the outs. Tori wasn't surprised by this, but the other 3 were. They felt safe enough within their original tribe alliance, but are learning now that things are not what they seem. They all react in their own way to being blindsided. Tori continues to relentlessly interrogate her tribesmate for information that she'll never get. Marianne is getting more insecure, which might be dangerous with an idol and extra vote in her pocket. Romeo is starting his paranoid downward spiral, which will get him into trouble. And Chanel? It's the biggest wake-up call for her. She thought she was playing an amazing game so far, but is learning that she might not be as good as she thinks she is.
I think tonight is the first night I realized that I, in my head, was playing chess while everyone else was playing checkers, and it was a huge wake-up call to get my head in the game.
Drea is sitting at the core of this alliance of 8. She seems in no immediate danger, and if she was, she has her idol, amulet, and extra vote to protect her. How much better can this game go for Drea? Well, what about another advantage? Drea finds a hidden beware advantage that turns out to be the infamous idol stealer from Survivor 41. I really liked the way she had to get the idol, having to dip her hand in red paint and then figure out a way to not get caught was very fun to watch. Bring that back for Survivor 43. This would have been the first beware advantage I'm on board with if it wasn't for the idol stealer. Drea can steal someone's idol at Tribal as long as she knows who has it. This is way too powerful. Because of the pre-merge beware advantage, the idols are public knowledge, so Drea knows where they are. She's also the only person who knows she has the idol stealer. The reason this twist worked in Survivor 41 is because people knew about it. Drea can just pick and choose her time to yoink someone's idol. By adding this advantage to her portfolio, Drea is the frontrunner to win Survivor 42. Making this advantage public on Acquire would do much to balance this twist in the future.
I have my amulet, I have my idol, I have my extra vote, and I have my knowledge is power advantage.
Drea's advantages might give her the edge, but position-wise she's not the only one who's doing very good. Social Butterfly Mike is continuing to make connections with everyone. Omar is also doing a great job of creating options for himself. Last week was huge for Omar. He managed to keep his Taku force safe and take out a pawn for high. He did all that without even having a vote. Even though the edit might suggest he's going to take a fall, it doesn't look like it will be anytime soon. Omar came into this game intending to play like a lion. I suggested that he should play more like a hyena or risk overplaying. So far he has done just that. His social game is on point, he has several people that should be a target before him. However, the lion and hyena strategy only works if the lions actually go after each other. That has not been the case so far. Lydia was a hyena and the alliance of 8 is continuing to target the hyenas on the outs. The lions like Drea, Mike, Jonathan and Hai are not targeting each other. Omer needs these lions to go after each other to have a chance to win. After all, out of all of the hyenas in Survivor 42, Omer is by far the most dangerous.
Simply about creating options. As many options moving forward as possible, and I'm not closing any doors right now.
Tori wins immunity for the second time in a row. Very impressive. By winning, she forces the others to yet again scramble for a new target. Tori is proving herself to be just as much of a competition threat than Jonathan, if not more. These individual challenges tend to be more balanced and puzzle focused than pre-merge. This would give someone like Tori an edge. Jonathan might not be the competition threat everyone thinks he is at merge. Tori's win streak could serve Jonathan well going forward. Tori is evolving from a cat with 9 lives to a cockroach the others can't kill. Scrawny as she may be, her situation doesn't really change. She's still at the bottom and has only made her threat that much bigger. You might even say her situation got worse. Tori needs that group to turn on each other. Luckily for Tori, she just might have the information she needs for that. She saw that red paint on Drea's arm and knows she's hiding something. It might just be the key for Tori to give herself longevity in the game.
Tori wins her second individual immunity back-to-back in Survivor 42. Well done.
Tori, great job.
Thank you.
We're heading towards the vote with 3 clear targets: Chanel, Romeo and Marianne. Marianne still has her idol and extra vote, so it's not that easy to target her. She also has Taku 4 that don't want to see her go yet. For Marianne herself, I do feel like she needs to play that idol soon. It's a weight around her neck dragging her down. Play it before you're taken out because of it, or before Drea steals it. Chanel is the main target, but Romeo is not doing himself any favors. He knows he's in a bad spot and is frantically running around asking for clarity. In doing so, he's flipping the vote on himself. Why though? Romeo is just isolating himself with his paranoid behavior. He's making himself less of a threat because no one will want to work with him. Chanel, on the other hand, is acting cool and collected. She has proven herself to be willing to flip on a dime, so she is the bigger threat over Romeo. It's Mike who course corrects this vote, having not forgotten Chanel's vote for him. Chanel acts a little bit too calm and collected. She never sees the vote coming and gets voted out 7-3-1. Where did it go wrong for Chanel? What happened this episode tracks back all the way to her alliance with Daniel. She could not have known at the time, but Daniel was not a good ally to have. During the Jenny vote, Daniel implodes and drags Chanel with him. Her social capital is below 0, and her vote for Mike during the Daniel vote made it even worse. It's not all Daniel's fault though. I also believe Chanel's overconfidence did her in. There's a fine line between confidence and arrogance. At times, Chanel was too arrogant about her spot in the game. She was not playing chess when the rest were playing checkers. She was not as good of a player as she thought she was, and the tribe made that painfully obvious by blindsiding her out of the game.
Chanel, the tribe has spoken.
Despite the cracks, the alliance of 8 still stands and seems united. This can't last, and with all these advantages in play, a big move is waiting to happen. Who, when, and how is yet to be determined. Let me know what you think, drop a like if you like, and I'll see you next time.